Hey, everybody, welcome to the Johnson League Fantasy Football Week 4 recap. Uh, Jace is in the house. What's up?
What's up, everyone, man? Hope everyone had a good weekend, man. Hope all our fantasy teams prevail, while others did not prevail and fell.
We had a 2 week hiatus due to me being sick and then my mom passing away. I've got so many well wishes from so many people in the YouTube community, comic book community. You guys absolutely rock. Thank you guys so much.
Yep.
Now let's talk about the fun stuff, or in some cases, where do you want to start today?
Let's go talk with the fantasy. Then we will recap some of the games that happened last week.
All right.
Yeah, let's talk with the fantasy.
I got this right here. I don't know if you can see that. All right.
All the blowouts. I saw that this morning. All them blowouts, and I had the closest game on this.
That point, 1 point something game you had there. Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable.
Remo's my guy.
Oh man, poor Remo.
I mean, at the draft, how many times he said, "I'm reaching for this one."
8 points. Wow,
man.
So how many? So Chad is only on 4-0. Oh yeah,
he's Chad is the only one left undefeated in the league. And oh man, and well, we'll get to next week coming up later. I'm a little upset. We'll start with let's go to the. Well, come on down here. There we go. Let me know if you can see that I'm moving the screen and everything.
Yeah, I see.
Okay. All right. Chad, 4-0. Not only is he 4-0, blowing people out.
He got stacked. He got stacked roster.
He does. He does. I mean, 200. So he's averaging almost 60 points of win.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's insane. Let's see. Me and Steve, we're right there at 3-1.
Yeah, Steve 3-1, man.
Well, I think coming in, I thought Steve was going to be the best team.
Yeah, I think he got Josh Allen. I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then see, 2-2. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-2 teams.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's 2 other teams.
Yeah, 2-0-4. Oh.
2 0-4s. You and Remo.
Wow.
We'll just kind of go down the list. Now, I will say this. Even though I blew out Remo, I was thinking going in, all right, this week I'm going to lead the league in points. And coming down to the weekend, to Monday night, and I was like, well, Stafford will get about 20.
You had your receivers went off. Look at your receivers. Yeah. You had 3 guys with 2 over 30, 1 at 29. It was Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp struggled.
14 catches for 122 yards. And you don't think that was a great game, but he gave you 29.
Well, he couldn't get in the end zone.
Oh, if he got in the end zone, he probably would have gotten 40 points.
Yeah. Well, Chad wanted to get Hill from me last week. I was like, man, I got the best wide receiver combo in the league. I can't break that up.
No. Especially T. Higgins.
Yeah.
He's a keep on the flex. You definitely keeping him there.
Mm-hmm. So, and then Patterson got hurt for me.
Oh. You got Tyler Higbee as your tight end. He gave you 17 points.
Picked him off. I picked Higgins and Higbee off the waivers a couple weeks ago. And then here, Hilaire, he had a heck of a game. So, man, poor Remo. He just didn't have anything.
He got guys injured on the bench, and the starters. No one gave him 20 points for the starting. Oh,
no. Oh, wait. Well, it says Wentz, but no, he didn't. 12 points was the high for him.
Hey, look at y'all quarterbacks. Hey, we you talking about a terrible quarterback matchup right there. Oh boy.
That's crazy.
7 points. Damn stack.
Wow. It's like, well, how did the wide receivers do so well? The wide receiver and tight end did well, and yet the quarterback only had 7 points.
Leonard Fournette had 18 points.
That was due to he had negative 3 yards rushing.
Yeah, it had to be a lot of receiving yards, but he scored a touchdown.
Yeah, that late touchdown is what saved him.
Yeah.
So that was that game. Let's go to next game: the U versus the Croquetas, which I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry, Hialeah.
Yep.
Hialeah 2-2. Both of them 2-2 now.
Yep. Yeah, Kyler Murray.
Murray had a good game.
Yep.
Brady had a good game. Well, that's because he threw like 100 passes.
A lot of garbage yards and points.
Yep. Sutton played pretty well for Denver.
McCaffrey, he had 25. He had 2 plays? I think he had over 20 yards. So I think that's the reason why he got that many points. Mm-hmm. He had a good day running the ball.
9 receptions for 81 yards. Did he not have any rushing yards?
Not that I know when I saw his numbers, I think he went 30-something yards rushing.
Does it see that's 17 and 6 is 23? I guess he had a little bit because on here it's just showing his reception and his receiving yards.
He had a big receiving game. I know he had like a 20-something yard catch.
I'm glad he's doing something for somebody because last year I had him in 2 leagues and he was hurt the whole year.
He got hurt. Oh man, the Eagles defense gave him 15 points. I think that's the difference right there. 4 fumble recoveries, 4 sacks, and an interception. Oh, then what's the name? Real good to him, boy.
Gosh.
What are they bench?
Who are they playing against Jacksonville? Jacksonville is surprising me.
Yeah, they're a good team. Even with that loss yesterday, I think they may win the South. Depends on how they play against Tennessee.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think Henry is starting to come back. I think he's starting to get his legs under him.
Yeah. Oh man, his bench ain't did no favors. So,
well, St. Brown, how long was he out? For Detroit? I mean, my Lions, they score a ton of points, but they give up even more.
Yeah, that's just crazy with this line. The Lions team, man, is just scoring points like crazy, and they find ways to lose games. And you let the Seahawks score 48. Wait, when was the last time the Seahawks scored 40 points? Better off 30 points.
So, Sean, what is up, my friend?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need to see.
Well, they said at the beginning of the year the Lions had the highest paid offense, and they've been doing really well. I'll give them that.
Golf been playing really good.
Mm-hmm. So, the tight end Hawkins, what's his name? He had a huge game yesterday. Mm. Let's see. Who did he have over here? 12, 13. Brady, 34. Sutton, 16. Jones, a decent game. Tucker with 11 points. All right. So, all right. Next, we have Alexis, Texas against the Runaway Train. Known as 90.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes. I think he got Mahomes as a quarterback, right? I think that's probably the reason why.
Yep.
Oh no, he had Lamar. So, Justin Jefferson had that great of a game. Yeah, 147 yards. Dang, 34 points. And Devontae Adams, so he got done. Wait a minute. So he pretty much, those 2 guys gave him 98 points he got, and 2 guys, 34 and 22. What's the name? Lamar Jackson's the quarterback, and he only scored 7. But yeah, man, Patrick Mahomes. He had Mike Evans. Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns. That's why. Henry, Nick Chubb.
I mean, Evans. It just seemed like he was everywhere and just kept catching the ball.
Yep.
And Henry, like I say, I think he might be getting his legs under him now. I mean, if he starts going off week after week, I mean, that's going to be huge for
The
that.
Titans just own the Colts, man. They're like, man, this is like the Colts just can't beat this team at their home stadium in Indianapolis. Oh
Man,
man,
the kicker gave him 14.
yeah.
Right.
You Raider kicker, and Raider kicker gave you 14 points, 2 field goals, over 30 yards, extra points.
Well, that did me good because I have him in my other league. So there you go.
Yeah.
And another one, Amari Cooper. He struggled this week. He'd been playing really well. Only got 2 points this week.
You know, he had 3 straight 100-yard games. Did he got hurt? Well, you don't have one catch for the entire game. He must have got hurt. I find it hard to believe.
He must have.
Yeah, he played the whole game with one catch.
Let's see. It says he's inconsistent. Well, you know, I could have told you he's inconsistent.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. 2 straight games of 100 yards.
Oh, you still looking at that?
4.
Sorry. 2 exactly 101 and 1 touchdown.
101 and nothing today. 1 catch for 9 yards. Boy, if I was a fantasy owner, I've been. Well, something pissed me off what I did last week. That was the reason why I lost. But I had a reason to do it. Now, what his bench got? I knew he got. I think he had. What's the name of his bench? Yep. Ayuk won. No, not Ayuk. Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers struggled. He had that pick 6. The fact that it took them overtime to beat the Patriots, who were on a 3rd string quarter. I forgot his name again.
I watched most of that game and I cannot think of the guy's name.
Yeah, they kept on saying his name. I can't remember. He threw some good passes.
I mean, Rodgers, still 21 points, even though he got some. Okay, overtime rule. I do not like what they're doing with that overtime rule. That you can eat up the entire clock. The other team doesn't even get to touch the ball.
Yeah, because the Packers got the ball first.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't doing that. The Patriots got the ball, and I can't remember if they picked. I know they picked up some yards, but they ended up punting. Which
they actually had the ball. I didn't think they had the ball in overtime.
And the Packers got the ball back, and they just.
Oh, in that case, never mind.
Yeah. So both teams had possession of football. So
all right, because I thought they just had it the entire 4th quarter. I mean, the entire overtime, all 10 minutes of it, and kicked the field goal right at the very end. In that case, never mind. It's okay then.
Yeah, okay. Both teams had the ball, so the Packers had the longest. Steve put up the most points. The most points this week.
They went off.
Wow. Josh Allen.
I mean, Allen.
DK. You heard about his situation? DK Metcalf? He had to take a shit. That's what they carted him off. They carted him off the field so he could go and take his shit. He said on Twitter he wouldn't be able to make it if he had to walk. Like, damn.
Wow. I did not hear that.
Yeah, that was funny. When I saw that, like, wait, I thought he got hurt. No, they said he had to do the running. It's like, that guy, Austin Eckler, I wanted to pick him up, but I was like, I'm not sure about him. And he fucked, because I think the first 3 weeks he was okay, but he had a breakout.
He was not playing well at all the first 3 weeks. I have him in my other league. And I like Eckler. See, what did he do the first 3 weeks?
No touchdowns.
Nothing.
No touchdowns. And he finally scored 2 touchdowns, and he had some receiving yards along with the rushing.
Man, I like Eckler. I think by the end of the season he's going to show up having a good year.
Oh, the 49ers defense, well, they scored the pick 6, so yeah, that's what they got points. 7 sacks.
Gosh. 7 sacks, man. They moved into the backfield. I will say this: Stafford, he cannot move.
Oh, he getting up there in age. I don't see him be running around inside the pocket. There's two times he tried to move, they was able to get to him.
Yeah. I mean, when I was watching, I was just like, wow, he's stuck. He can't move at all. Wow. I mean, he had 176, and a running back, no, wide receiver only had 3.5.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, McLaurin. Yeah, from Washington. Yeah. But he had 34 for Ecker, 20 Metcalf, and he got Kelsey. Kelsey gave him 24 points as well. So yeah. And everyone else, he got the 49ers defense.
2, 3, 4 over 24. So that's, I mean, those four had combined over 100. So that's.
Saquon Barkley was the only one that got over 20 for 21 points.
Gosh, I wish I could have gotten him at the beginning of the year. But he would probably end up getting hurt if I had him.
Yeah, with Jones being hurt, man, he was actually running plays as a quarterback. That was crazy. I can see why Bears fans are like, man, come on. Ooh, Jared Goff, man, Steve would destroy him. Goff was starting 45 points. 45 points, man. 4 touchdown passes,
Wow.
2 points.
I mean, he threw most of those to Hawkinson, the tight end. I mean, he had over 40 points.
Damn.
I had him at the beginning of the year, and I got rid of him because he just wasn't doing anything. So I picked up was it Higbee? Yeah, Higbee.
Yeah.
And then he dropped a 40 spot on him. Like, great day. Dobbins, is he breaking through now?
And he had Lazard. So if those two guys were in the starting lineup, it would have been much competitive.
Yeah.
114 points. They would have gave him 40 plus.
Well, let's see. Where would he have put him? Let's see. Wide out. We had the one Schuster with 9.
Yeah.
So that would have given him another 10. And who was the other one?
He had the running back. He had who was
running
the other
back?
one?
Yeah.
He had Ball. Yeah, he had Hall. Yeah, B Hall. He had a good game. He scored a touchdown against the Steelers.
I mean, Hall had a real good game last week too. I think he's had back-to-back good weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
15
points. Let's see.
Kyle Pitts got 3 points.
Okay, maybe he didn't.
So at least he's been over
15 in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah. He just got the touchdown to get him on 15.
I mean, I thought he had more points last week. Oh, well. Let's see. Anybody else in there? Dobbins played well. Tua, you want to talk about Tua right now?
Oh, the whole Dolphins, and he's going to be out this week, and I think they should sit him out 2 weeks.
I told one of my friends, we were talking about it. I'd say 2 or 3 weeks they should hold him.
I know they played the Steelers. I can't remember when they got their bye week. But they should definitely send him out a couple weeks. I forget who they played this week. But I kept on saying
their bye week is week 11. So that's a while away.
Long way.
And they got the Jets, Minnesota, then Pittsburgh.
Yep. And they play your Lions in Detroit, which don't be surprised that'll be a high scoring game again.
with that powerful defense that we don't have.
Well, yeah, they should definitely sit him out for it. And when I saw that play against the Bills, I said, "This man is concussed. There ain't no way you can tell me." When they said after the halftime report, they said that it was a back injury. Back injury, like he probably had a small sore back. I had a back issue last week, but don't tell me that is concussion. Not because that is a concussion all the way. The moment you see his knees buckle and he fell down, right there, a concussion. And I forgot they fired the 2. They said they fired 2 people from the medical staff. If I'm mistaken.
I mean, like this week when he hit the ground, his fingers all curled up and stuff. I was like, I've never seen that happen.
So there's people who explain that on Twitter that's a neurology thing. And when you land in the back of your head for multiple times, your nerves will absolutely freeze, and your whatever position your body's in, it'll freeze up like that. And that's why his arms just came up. Because it happened immediately. Once he landed up, you see that his head got up and he put his hands up and fingers all crosswise and shit. Like and right there, I say he is concussed. He's out.
See, I'm used to UFC knockouts where they stiff and their arms just come straight up.
But he
I've
landed on
never seen with their fingers like that.
he landed on the back of, and when you land on the back of your head 2 times, because that's weaker than your head, your forehead.
Yeah.
So when you do it 2 times in a row, it's not good.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. He should be out a minimum of 2 weeks. I think it should probably be more than that, because I mean that.
If they had their bye week, then you could take a safe or even more. But the fact that your bye week ain't until week 11,
mm-hmm.
You may have to get him back. Know.
But I would say Bridgewater was not playing bad.
No, he's playing good. They were moving the football. I was like, yo, and with the weapons he got,
Bridgewater, I liked him when he come out of Louisville. Mm-hmm. And then that leg injury where we thought he was done. So
yeah, we told that ACL in training camp. Oh man, and that's the reason.
I'm sorry to show this one, man.
That running back position, and I benched Josh Jacobs because he's been average the last 3 weeks, and I have no faith that he'll have a great game. I benched him. And look what happened. Go down, you see those points he scored, man. I had 37 fucking points. I'm like, this is insanity, man. This dude was mediocre for 3 straight weeks, and you finally have a great game. The Raiders finally featured him in the offense more. Yeah. And I put
him in Gordon's spot?
Yeah, because I put Melvin Gordon because the Broncos was dealing with running back injuries. He came in and fumbled the football. And that is all right there. You know? 75 points. Man had 37 points. And guess what? I'm going to bring him back in the lineup this week, and they play the Chiefs this week. Can he give me almost to that exact same performance? Yeah, 37 points, man.
You're like next week, he's going to put up 10.
Yeah, 10, 12 points. Right? Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, let's see what else. I'll tell you, Dallas, they need Cooper back to help Lamb.
Yeah, Lamb had a good game. This is 2 weeks in a row that he gave me 20 points, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's hard for them to throw to him because there's no one else for them to really try to focus on.
They got the kid Gallup back.
Oh, did he come back? Okay.
He made a couple of big catches.
Okay. Because I know the only other person was the tight end, Schultz.
Man, George, I'm watching this game like, did George Kittle got a catch? Do he even have a catch in this game? And I look at my points. He still has 0. Like, what's going on here? What's going on? Why did this man not got to have a catch? All I need was Kittle to have at least 8 to 10 points. I would have won because Debo gave him 29 points, but he only won by 1.5 points. He got nothing out of the tie. He got 0 points for Schultz.
Wow. I just looked at and Gordon, he didn't have a point. He had negative point.
1.2 because he fumbled the ball that led to a touchdown.
Yeah, I see that. I because when I first looked at it, I saw 1.2. I didn't see that little negative right in front of it. If he had 1.2, you win.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I'm thinking that kid will at least give me 8 to 10 points. And if he scored a touchdown, that's even more. So, and the fact that because he did have a touchdown, but he ain't got his foot down. Because when I saw that, I like, oh no, I celebrate. And yes, I got the lead back. Then when they said that, nope, foot not down all the way. Oh man. That's terrible. Look how many more points Williams got from 29. When I saw that, I was leading. I think I had at least an 18-point lead around 2-3 o'clock. And Sunday afternoon. Then when I'm looking at, I see Williams score 20. Like, what? What's going on here? Dude coming out of nowhere, giving him 29 points. If it was for Williams having that great game, man, I would have definitely won and I would have still won with the lineup I had on Monday night if it wasn't for Williams going off.
I mean, I'm looking at Debo. I mean, they just throw screen passes to him, and he just makes it happen.
I was more concerned about the run. Like, if he break off a big run, because they was giving him the ball, running the football. I'm like, oh man, please don't have a 20-yard. And when he scored that touchdown, I knew I was in trouble. Like, oh man. And I thought when I first saw that pass, I thought Jalen Ramsey has an interception. Like, oh, Ramsey got a pick. Nope. Debo got it, and bang.
Well, he had Miles Sanders on the bench with 32.
Yeah. And he could have easily had on. He had Joe Mixon, which Joe Mixon you want to keep as your starter. He had Connor as flex.
Does he have a? He had Hudson, which would have given him another point or 2 points.
No,
Because
his defense is spelled. Look, he had Miami defense 1 point, Tampa Bay defense 1 point. Jeez.
That's not often you see somebody with 2 defenses and both of them get 1 point.
1 point. Oh.
So Herbert, I know he hurt his ribs a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he came back.
Looking like he's back to being a healthy quarterback.
340 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
And I thought about benching him, but I decided to keep because I ain't trust Derek Carr. Yeah. And how many points Derek Carr? Let me see. 11 points. 11 points. So Derek Carr had 11 points, and Jacobs had 37.
Okay. We missed a couple weeks, and I've got to mention Pickens. That catch he had, was it last week?
Yes.
That was insane. Awesome what a great catch that was. One hand behind the back, falling out of bounds.
I think that his difficulty of that catch is harder than what OBJ turned around and reached up. He was bending backwards like that, like, whoa, and he still made the catch. Running back and made it back, like, yo. I think, and now you heard Kenny Pickett in the game. And now here's my rant.
Oh, wait. No, we gotta get you let's see if I can get you big screen over here. Come on.
Big screen.
Get over that big screen. You know what? We're gonna remove that. And we're gonna put this over here. And then we're gonna let's see, how do we do this? There we go.
Yes.
Sorry it took so long.
Steelers offensive coordinator Matt Canada. Now, dude, you have a rookie quarterback in the game. Let me just break this down. What the Steelers were doing offensively. Kenny Pickett was making some great throws late in that fourth quarter when the Jets scored a touchdown, making it 17-20. Kenny was actually making great throws on second and third downs. The Steelers got all the way to the just 31-yard line. So instead of handing the football over to Najee Harris with a simple handoff draw, they're going to bring in Warren in the game, and they're going to do a pitch toss play that was almost a disaster. As Kenny Pickett, he was a bad toss. Ball was fumbled. What's his name? Warren got it back, but they lost 5 yards on the play. So you got a second down 15 at the, just 36, or I think it was the 36-yard line. Instead of trying to run a screen, I was watching the Eagles game a lot. The Eagles was using their running backs a lot in screen passes. Screen passes, short passes in certain situations. You have a second down and 15. You decide to let Kenny Pickett drop back and look deep down the field on a second down and 15. Put a rookie in a situation, and he hesitated. He was looking. He had plenty of time. He hesitated. As soon as he hesitated, he threw a little short pass that was too high. Paramount couldn't reach up for it. It tipped up in the air. Interception. And I'm like, why did you allow that? Why do you even call those type of plays in that situation? Like, you got to manage the game, a second down and 15, trying to get a minimum of at least 4 or 5 yards or even 8 yards on a running play so you can have a manageable third down and you in field goal range. Instead, you're going to let Kenny Pickett look down the field on a second down and 15. Like, to me, if that's a veteran quarterback, like on Big Ben, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, I can see you doing that.
Yep.
I can see you doing that. All right, we're going to go try to attack down the field on the second down and 15. This is a rookie quarterback.
Yep.
You got to manage him with situational calls. Look, I'm watching the Eagles game now. They have to worry about the weather because that's the reason why Jalen Hurts is kind of held back with all that rain coming down. But they play situational football in which they have long yard situations. They're going to run a screen pass. They're going to run quick out passes to the wide receivers so they can pick up some good yards. And if they don't break away and get a first down on the play, at least you get good yards to have a manageable third down in situation. So I've been watching the Steelers offense. I'm like, Matt Canada has yet to run a single screen pass to any of the running backs. Najee Harris in that game did not have a single catch.
Wow.
Like, how the hell Najee Harris don't have a single catch? What are you doing with Najee Harris? Last year, Big Ben was throwing the football like crazy to Najee Harris. Because if Big Ben and see there's no receivers open outfield, he's gonna get that ball to Najee Harris
Yep,
and
check
make
down.
him get 5-6 yards. Najee Harris has, I think, only one game he had over 4 or 5 catches this so far this season. Like, put the ball in your running back hands in certain situations. And that's why I was saying people talk about, oh, it's the quarterback. It's not the quarterback, it's the coaching. It's the situational football. The game against the Browns. You get a second down, you hand the ball off to Najee Harris, you get 7 yards, and you're gonna decide to throw the football 2 times right after. Like, what are you doing? You got 7 yards on the run. Hand the ball off again to Najee Harris and let him get 3-4 yards for the first down. So, like, it is straight up the head coach, and this is why I'm saying that Matt Canada just, if the Steelers, regardless of what their record will be at the end of the season, he needs to get fired because his system is just, it's just not. He likes to do those jet sweeps to the wide receiver. That's why Claypool have a lot of carries. Claypool, not the week against the Browns. I think it was against the Browns. We had 7-8 carries. Why are he getting 7-8 carries for? The Najee Harris should be the only one that should be getting more over 5+ carries, even 10. Claypool shouldn't be getting that many carries. So, like, man, Matt Canada, it's just not, you're just not that guy, man. I forgot, and I saw what's his name criticized he criticized Todd Haley criticized him last week. Like, as much as I didn't like Todd Haley as a coach, at least he made Big Ben's career better by getting rid of the football quick, because Big Ben was constantly holding on the football and taking sacks. So when Todd Haley got there, he completely changed Big Ben and trying to get him to those short passes, get the ball out your hands quickly, and move the chains.
Yep.
But Matt Canada is like, you do not know how to run situational offense, man. Whenever your offense need to get some yards on a certain, whether it's a long distance play or a short distance, he just don't know how to call the right call. The game, when Mitch Trubisky was in the game against the Jets, you had a 3rd down and 6. A 3rd down 6. And when Mitch dropped back to back, he immediately threw the ball downfield deep. I'm like, what are you doing? You just need 6 yards. Why are you gonna throw the ball deep down the field? You gonna throw I forgot who got the interception. Threw that ball, tip, interception. I'm like, man, the play calling is just beyond mediocre, man. And it's the Matt Canada needs to get fired. People been calling like, he is the problem. When people, that's why I was saying that Pickett, we want to see how he handled Pickett in this week against the Bills, which, let me tell you, I guys look this up. The Steelers are 15-point underdogs.
15-point
underdogs. I cannot remember the last time the Steelers were that big of an underdog against any team. When they played against the Patriots in 2007, I think they were 10 or 11.5-point underdogs. But 15-point underdogs against the Buffalo Bills. And it has to be because of the quarterback position. That's the main reason why. Because there's no way in hell you can tell me the Bills will be 15 points. And I don't believe the Bills won't blow out the Steelers. The Steelers defense, even though they're not getting the pressure without TJ Watt, boy, oh boy, do you realize the Steelers are 0-8 without TJ Watt? They have never won a football game without TJ Watt. And people want to claim that how Aaron Donald's defense played the defense MVP. Like, TJ Watt's the MVP of the team. They can't win without the guy. They cannot win. Man.
Okay, maybe I misheard. Did you say if they do not get over 500, they should fire the head coach?
No, Matt Canada.
Okay. Because I was like,
Mike Thomas' job is going to be safe regardless.
Yeah,
I don't think the Steelers going to find out because this is the first time that I don't think they're going to finish. They're going to win games. Look, the Bills and the Buccaneers. Like, I'm not even afraid of the Buccaneers, even after last night's game.
Yeah,
I'm still not afraid of the Buccaneers. It's an offensive team, and boy, they defense. I like, man. I know that's Patrick Mahomes, but everything looks so damn easy. I mean, come on. But they're still going to win games. I think they'll finish at least. Well, you got the extra game, so maybe 9-8. God forbid they were 9-7 or they were like 10-7 last year because they had the extra win. So I think this year they'll win games because they're not going to go on a massive losing streak because they're going to be underdogs all their next 4 games. They will win games.
I don't think they're going to get over it though, man. I don't think they're going over 500.
I think they'll get over 500.
I think that's going to be the first ones.
Mike Thomas has never had more.
Manny, Jamar, CC, Kelsey. I'm sorry. I'm reading what he
Oh, I
said.
see.
Judy Myers McKenzie.
This chick was winning team with 10 million people before.
Dang.
But Mike Tomlin never had a losing streak longer than 3 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever had a losing streak. Because this is the second straight year they won the first. Last year they beat the Bills the first week of the season. Then they ended up losing 3 straight games. The same thing happened in this year. They beat the Bengals the first week of the season and losing three straight games. But my thing is they never got blown out. That's when you know that even if you on a losing streak, they never, just like I said, the Raiders, they were 0-3, but they're not a bad 0-3 football team. Coach. Look, I would not be surprised if they manage Kenny Pickett right, they could beat the Bills. The Bills on that look, the Bills got so many injuries in that secondary. They don't got not a single corner that can cover the Steelers wide receiver corps.
I mean, that's why. I mean, not to be mean to the Dolphins fans, but that's why the Dolphins beat them. They had 4 defensive starters out for that game.
They got the safety corner. He came back, but the corners is the problem.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, Coach, good to see you in the chat, my friend.
Z Coach Vic. Yeah, the Steelers, they're going to be a very highly competitive team. That's why, like, even 15 points, that's a lot of pressure for them. You put the Bills and put 15 points. Now, the Bills going to think about like what happened to them last year. But now you got a rookie quarterback and you don't know what to expect.
Yep.
And if
I would take the Steelers to cover. But I would take the Bills to win.
Yeah, I'm taking I don't say that the Bills they'll find a way to win the game, but the 15 points. Oh, I'm there.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
That's a lot. I don't see the Bills the way that the Bills offense been playing. And let's be real, they're not a good. How can you play in Buffalo, but you're not a great bad weather football team? And that is just showing that this team is not designed to play in bad weather because they do not have a physical running game at all. When Josh Allen is your best threat as a running back, that is not good. And if the more hits he's gonna take, he may make it to the playoffs. He'll bang and hurt all over the body, and that is not good. Like you told me, I'll take the Steelers running backs. I'll take Najee Harris over any day that the Bills got on the running game. Najee Harris had a good, and I thought he should have got at least 25 carries because he was running football good yesterday.
Allen is their best running back.
Yes, a quarterback is not good. Your quarterback should not be your best runner.
I mean, he's a big guy. He's physical when he runs. He doesn't avoid a hit, which might not be good for him.
Yeah. But yeah, Matt Canada, if he don't do any damn well with Kenny Pickett in the next 2 months, he will be fine. I think he will be the one to go.
I can totally see that. I mean, I totally agree. Tomlin, he should not be going anywhere just because of what he's done for the last. Gosh, how has he been there? 20 years? 15 years?
2007, so yeah, it will be 20.
15 years, yeah.
15.
And it's just like, I mean, I don't see. I mean, hey, if they let him go, hey, come on up here to Detroit, we'll take you.
He ain't had a losing season yet, and he'll have to have his work going. Bill Cowher was on the hot seat 2 times. He had bad seasons, so Mike Tomlin hasn't had a bad season yet. So that's why I'm with Vic, man. They're gonna win games that no one expected them to win. I would not be surprised they beat the Buccaneers. I would not be surprised they beat the Bills. The only team that was remaining on their schedule and before they bye, I'm afraid it was the Eagles. But I'm not going to judge the Eagles if they play the Cowboys. And when they play the Cowboys, if they lose to the Cowboys, nope. They're not that team.
All right, Cowboys. Coming back, Dak is coming back. Who do you start?
Let me tell you something. If Dak come back and they lose to the Rams, and if he struggles, oh boy, that the Cowboy fan base, you bring back Cooper Rush, man. You bring back Cooper Rush.
Undefeated as a starter, 4-0
as a starter. So it's going to be a lot of pressure. I think if they rush him back in these next 2 games, you play the Rams and you play at the Eagles, 2 road games. And if you go back against the Rams, don't look good against the Rams, come back against the Eagles and don't look good against the Eagles, they're going to have a decision to make. Because that's a momentum killer right there. It doesn't matter how much you're paying the quarterback, man. the Pacers are paying Drew Bledsoe a lot of money, but Tom Brady got in that starting line, and the Pacers were winning games, and he was looking good even in their losses. Belichick's like, I'm gonna have to keep him as my starting quarterback. And so I ain't gonna say Mike McCarthy. Jerry Jones is gonna have to make that decision.
I mean, Jerry said last week, hey, I mean, he could be 10-0. Who knows? Coach says, I thought they pushed Dak back a week.
No, they say he may play this week. So they're gonna say they see if he's 100% ready. So it's probably gonna come down to the final, either Friday or Saturday, that they'll decide whether he'll play.
Okay, we mentioned Watt earlier. Do they have a timetable when he's coming back?
They say 6 weeks. I believe he'll probably come back after the bye week.
Yeah. Because I was like, man, that is tough without it. I mean, when he's in there, everything changes.
Oh, you can see that the past they only got 3 sacks in the last 3 games. 3 sacks. Mm-hmm. Yo, Alex Highsmith, if he's playing, he got 5.5 sacks. I think he leads the NFL in sacks. But they're not getting that pressure from the right side of the field. And that's when you realize that when I looked at that, the last 2 drives the Jets had, like, they're not getting the offensive lineman on that right side is blocking one. I forgot the guy's name. He's blocking Barrett 1-on-1 with no help. That was TJ Watt back there. There's no way that's happening. That is not how you put TJ Watt on that right side. They'd be sending running backs and tight ends over there to help those tackles. And that'll allow Cam Hayward and Alex Highsmith to get even more sacks. And that's the problem. Like, I'm looking at the game against the Patriots. The Patriots' offensive line just straight up dominated the Steelers' offensive defense. Mm-hmm. Like, hey.
All right, we got a question. My roommate wants to trade me JT for Edwards-Helaire and Edmonds. Should I do it?
Trade me JT, Clyde, Edwards. Ooh, I would not trade on Clyde. Yo, even
right off the bat, my first thought is I can't think of who JT is.
Jonathan Taylor, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He only had one great game so far this year, if I'm not mistaken. I would not trade.
Okay, one question.
I'm not trade both of them because you never know when he'll get going. So even though
my question is, do you need 2 running backs, or do you have another running back if you trade 2 of them?
Yeah, he said Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, said Taylor.
Yeah,
but if you're trading 2 running backs to only get 1 back, are you going to have an empty spot? That's my question. Do you have another guy that'll fill that spot? But I mean, to me, Taylor is better than both of them.
Yes, he will get better. I'll say probably November, December, because last year he got up to a slow start, and November, December game, he was pulling up yards like crazy.
To me, I'm a superstar guy. If I can get the guy that is clearly better than somebody I'm getting, and I'm throwing in one more, I'm taking Taylor.
Mm-hmm. And Clyde ain't gonna give you the rushing yards, but like we said last time, he's gonna give you receiving touch. He got
a lot of reception yards this week, but
so, I'm keeping them on fantasy. If I would have him, I'd be good. Like because I know Mahomes gonna give him the ball a lot, so.
I would make that trade.
If he's your number 1 running back, see, another thing you also have to be aware is the bye week too. So
well, my thought about the bye week, that's just
you gotta make sure that a running back, you don't have 2 running backs that have the bye week the same week.
I might just, if I have 2, I would prefer to have my entire team have a bye week 1 week. I know I'm going to lose that week. That's fine. But the rest of the year, I have my whole team.
Yeah. Last year, I think I had the 2 quarterbacks at the same time that had a bye week, and that's what I forgot who I had to pick up for 1 week.
I mean,
I think it was Kirk. I think I had Kirk Cousins for a week, and I picked him up and dropped him the week after.
I mean, okay, if it's me, I'm making that deal. That's just me.
Like him, he's your number 1 guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Taylor, and you got Clyde. Dang, 2 guys for 1 though. Hey,
well, here's the thing. My thought is you're only going to start 2 running backs most of the time. I mean, you might start one of them.
The wide receiver position. If you have 3 wide receivers, you like me. I'm going to keep 3 wide receivers in my flex.
Yes.
So if you got 3 capable receivers, then you don't need a 3rd running back.
In most leagues, though, you can probably find somebody on the waiver wire, just a decent wideout.
Clyde Lair is a great flex. It's like
Yeah.
if you have two legit running backs, and I will keep Clyde Lair because he's automatic. Say he's going to give you 15 points per game, even 20, because he's going to get receiving yards and rushing yards, and he may get 1 or 2 touchdowns. That you got to keep that pattern. You got to look at that pattern.
Yeah.
In the offense, like Evans, like what team Evans is on?
Wow. I swear I saw him just the other day, and I cannot think to say. I hate to say it, but again, the last 2 weeks, I hate using an excuse, but the last couple of weeks, my mind is scrambled. That's why I couldn't think of JT. I was like, who is JT? I was like, Justin Timberlake? You can't trade for him. I mean, again, if I got Henry and I got Taylor, odds are I'm gonna probably have above average wideouts. I think
if you don't have a deep wide receiver core, I won't touch that trade. I'll keep those 3 running backs.
I don't know, man.
I'll keep those 3. Right, those 3 guys. You know Taylor's going to get it going later on. So,
Okay. He's saying no on the deal. I'm saying take it. There.
I said take it if you have a strong wide receiver core, take the deal. But if you don't, if your wide receiver, you got 2 or 3 receivers that are not great receivers. Yeah.
All right. Let's see, Coach. This week, all my players won, but it had nothing to do with them. Let's see. Let's go back to Coach. Where's Coach at? Let's see. There he is. Oh gosh, I don't even want to look at that score. He got destroyed. You want to go to next week's games now?
That a matchup?
Yeah.
I hope I can get my first one.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's tanking now to get the number 1 draft pick next year.
If I go on 5,
right off the
bat, I'm calling the season. It's over. Like, yeah. On 4, at least if I get 1 to 4, like, yeah, at least have a chance. Because I made the playoffs last year with finished 2 games on the 503. So like, yeah. But,
well, 90, he started off cold and just went on a tear.
I think he was 1 and 3 because I beat him once. He
was
1 and 3, then he went on a tear.
In my mind, I was thinking he ran off like 11 in a row or something like that.
That's all right. That's one great week.
All right, you have Alexis, Texas next week.
Oh man, I got to smash Alexis, Texas to the ground.
Right now, before any moves or anything has been done, you are a 13-point underdog. You are the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep. So that means we both want to rise to the occasion. We're going to be big underdogs. We're going to come up with a big upset.
Well, right off the bat, I know you're taking out Gordon.
Oh, Josh is going back in the line, and I ain't gonna make no changes. That's the only big change I'm gonna make.
Well, the projections, when you know how those are. But Gordon is projected to get 3 more points
than Jacobs. And you know why? Because, like I said, the Broncos got injury problems at the running back, and they probably have no choice to put him in the game because the running back's getting hurt. The man fumbled the ball 4 times though.
Wow. They're projecting Jackson to get 30.
Who Lamar Jackson? They played I know they played another primetime game.
Yep, 8 o'clock Sunday night against Cincinnati.
They expect him to get 30 points.
Wait. I literally just realized I didn't have it showing where you could see it. I'm sorry. Like, that didn't work out at all. I'm sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, oh, wait, you can't see it. My bad.
See, Justin Herbert played in Browns. They project him to 27. I think he's going to get over 30. And see, they projections were wrong with my receiving core, so And I'm going to keep Mike Williams is going to be in my flex because he outside that the first game of the season, he's been pretty consistent. For George Kittle need to give me 15 plus points, man. Throw the damn ball to George Kittle. Oh.
Yeah, You got Hooper on the bench.
Oh, stop.
Let's see. I mean, Lamar projected 30. Jefferson projected
See,
25.
that's where I would lose. If Jefferson and Adams go off, that's where I'm in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they play the Raiders play Kansas City. So
Yep.
let's see. And he got AJ Dillon. Yeah, that's right. The Packers play the Giants. They play in London next week.
That's right. That's right. The 9 o'clock game, 9 a.m. game. That's right.
So I just need some instruction because I'm going to get 25, 30 points for Herbert. That's a lot. I need Najee Harris to just score some touchdowns, man. That's when I was disappointed. Kenny Pickett gets the 2 rushing touchdowns. Like, can you please get those balls, Najee Harris, please? Hey, come on, get Najee some touchdowns. And I'm legit really want to put Pickens in because I think him and Pickens are going to be great together.
I think I would tell you, I would wait until I see how Pickett does. I couldn't put him in the first game.
Next 2 games, if Pickens have another 100-yard receiving game, I'm going to put him in the starting lineup the week when they play the Bucs. I would definitely do. I think Pickens, his speed and his he got big time catch rate. He could go up and catch the football. So I'll be on Josh.
Right. Let's see. Well, the big game of the week.
Oh yeah, game of the week right here.
Right off the bat.
90.
Harley versus the Cheetahs.
Yeah. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, man. This is a battle of receivers right here. This is your receiving core versus his great receiving core. And he got Derrick. I think that's his big advantage over you.
Like, who is Bridgewater going to throw to more, Hill or Waddle?
Yeah, the fact that both of y'all got receivers for each team. So if he throw the ball to Hill, that favors you more.
Yep. Cornett. Let's see. Cornett versus Henry. I would take Henry in that battle.
And you got a
Chubb versus Edward Hilaire. You take Chubb. He's got the better running backs.
Yeah, he got the advantage running back. But you got Joe Burrow and T. Higgins. If he throw 2 touchdowns on T. Higgins, that is 20 plus points for both of y'all. That's why I always say that I like to have a combination of a quarterback wide receiver. Because you'll get, if the quarterback throws 2-3 touchdowns to him, you won't get the same, you won't get the double the points for each player.
Because I had Mahomes in one of my other league, and he kept throwing to Kelsey, and the team I was playing had Kelsey. I was like, stop throwing to him.
One time in NFL fantasy, I had Calvin Johnson and Matt Stafford, man. I was just killing it with those 2. I'm like, yo, they giving me 30 points every goddamn week.
I got Stafford. I had to bench him against Dallas's defense.
He's staying bench.
Which could hurt Cup and Higbee for me too. Let's see.
He got Devontae Smith. Yeah, I'll keep Devontae.
Yeah.
Edmonds, Carlos Edmonds I'm assuming that's Edmonds he's talking about for the Dolphins.
Yeah, that's him. That's it for Miami. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I'll not take that trade. Nah, definitely.
Like I say, if I got 2 stud running backs, I'll take them.
Yeah.
But that's, this right here, this could be a heck of a game. Projection.
He's in the chat. Yeah.
What? No, I'm sorry. I was looking over there.
He's in the chat, man. He's in. Yep. This is going to be a battle.
90. What's up? We're just talking about our game coming up next week.
Oh, they got you winning too. They got you projected to win, right? Yeah,
they got me projected at 6 right now, but you know how those projections are.
Yeah, they ain't. Some of them ain't gonna hold though.
I mean, he could end up putting up another 170, and I could. And like last week, I think I only had like 85, 90 points last week. So any given week. But I mean, projecting Mahomes at 33
Yeah.
against the Raiders, that's a lot of points. Not saying he won't do it.
And you got 3 plays projected to get over 20, right?
It may 1, 2, 3. Yep,
You got,
3.
you got Cup and Tyreek Hill, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And he's just got Mahomes and then a whole bunch of just solid stud players. So, I mean, I would tell you right now, if I was picking this game, I would take him just because. Again, Dallas going against the Rams. I think Dallas's defense can attack.
Yeah, I see you check 90 in the comment. Yo, D's the form. He's the defending champion. So yeah, you lose to the defending champion. Come on, man. Like if you win this championship again this year, it's like Cooper Cup, man.
What?
Yeah, even the losing effort, Cooper Cup will still give you 20 points. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, well, who was it? Remo that had the pick right in front of mine and decided not to take him. I think it was Remo.
If I saw Cooper Cup right there, I'm taking that, man. Like, yo,
because I had the 5th pick, so everyone who had the 4th pick decided not to take him right in front of me, and I was like, I will take that. I rode him to a championship last year.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. I want it. Stop doing that. All right. The dastardly dicks.
Barely escaped.
A battle of 2-2 teams.
Trying to get over 500.
Let's see here. It's a big game. It's a big game.
Oh man, Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence. Oh boy, Trevor Lawrence, man, that game he had against the Eagles was brutal. Who they play? They play Houston. Yeah, he should be able to bounce back. Kyler Murray played the Eagles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a challenge. Man. We'll see if he can put up some good points in it.
I mean, Debo, gosh, he's so fast and so good.
Debo will give you receiving yards and rushing yards.
Same with Mixon, except Mixon's not going to give the receiving yards, but he can get those out of the backfield catches, and he gets a decent amount of those.
We'll see if Williams put up another 30-plus point game against the Patriots.
Let's see. Kickers. No one cares about kickers.
Yeah. Oh, he got the Eagles defense, and he had the Dolphins defense.
Dolphins against the Jets. Eagles against Arizona.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a big game. It was the Jets beating my Steelers last week. The Jets got a chance to get over 500 against the Dolphins, and they can put the Dolphins with the same record as they are, 3-2.
Let's see. Raul's got Kamara in there. He didn't play this week, did he?
He ain't played. He's still questionable. We don't know his injury status.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're projecting him to have 17, but I guess we'll see if he plays.
You got Andy St. Brown, and he's because he ain't played last week, right?
No, he didn't play last week. Let's see what they got on the bench. Yeah, a lot of 10, 11 pointers players there. No one really great down there. The Bills. I just can't believe they don't have a running back that's just the man.
Who, the Bills?
Yeah, the Bills.
Yeah.
I mean, Singletary and Moss, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Singletary and Moss, they 2 guys.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Moss as like a receiving back. Because Singletary, he can run, but he's not a ball carrier runner. You can't give him the ball 18, 20 something times.
I mean, Miles Sanders had a good game last week.
Oh yeah, Miles Sanders, if you got him, you definitely keeping him.
Yeah, he's got him on the bench.
Yeah, you gotta put him in the starting line.
I mean, where are you gonna put him? I know we're not moving Mixon. We're gonna put him in Williams' spot, or we're gonna put him in Connor's spot.
No, move Connor. Because Connor, he's like Connor's another guy that's not gonna give you 100 yards, but when they get in the red zone, they'll hand him the ball a lot.
Yeah.
But Sanders is gonna give you Good 80.
Roll 14-point favorite.
Yeah.
I don't know. That could be a good game. I guess it really depends on if Kimura plays or not. Let's see. Let's see. Next is we did Drew game already. Steve versus Remo. You know what? Do we even want to put Remo through this?
He should be a big underdog to me. Yeah.
Wow, Remo's starting out a 28-point underdog.
Yep.
Wow, poor Remo.
Carson Wentz, quarterback, man. I mean, Jamar Chase is the best. Or him and he got who was the other guy? Kareem Hunt. See, problem with Kareem Hunt, he'll get touches so more through the receiving game. But yeah, I mean, Jamar Chase is the best overall player on offense.
Yeah, running back by committee, that's tough. I mean, that's the biggest thing with Hilaire for me, because he's kind of a running back by committee player as well. But I think now they finally said, you know, we're just going to keep giving him the ball.
Well, they had almost 200 yards rushing yesterday, man. Like, man, the Bucs defense no show.
The Bucs couldn't run the ball, and he's got it just shoved down their throat too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, Steve, I think he's just going to run right on through Remo. I hate to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Samuel, Chase, Wentz, Robinson, Jackson.
Carson Wentz, man, oh boy, he had Trey Lance, right? Yeah, he had Trey Lance as the quarterback.
Yep, he had Lance until he broke his leg.
Man,
does anyone have Garoppolo?
I don't know, but if I were him, I don't know who picked up Garoppolo. Who got Kirk Cousins? Like any of the other quarterbacks.
I saw him on somebody's roster a few minutes ago, and I can't remember who it was.
I forgot to mention that to him. I think Kirk Cousins was still available when Lance got hurt. Like, shit, you could have gotten him.
Oh, he does have Garoppolo. He did pick him up.
He did?
Yeah, Remo did pick him up.
Yeah, start him over Carson Wentz. Oh, Lord.
He's got Williams that got hurt for Denver, and Hopkins, who is hurt. Oh, he's suspended. That's right. He got suspended. Mm-hmm. Montgomery was out this past week. And Swift, my goodness, look at that team. He's got two guys out, one guy on IR, and one guy that was suspended. It's like, good grief.
Man,
I'm sorry, man. When it rains, it pours.
Oh, so Steve got Jared Goff as his backup. So that's it.
Yeah.
He was Goff.
Fryermouth. I like that guy.
That's why I was like, man, I wanted to draft him when I saw Steve got him. I'm like, oh, dang.
All right. And did we go through? We did go through all of them, didn't we?
Yeah, we went through mine first. So
yeah, man. All right. Yep, I'm expecting to lose this week. I just think his team is a little too good for me, I believe.
If his running backs dominate, yeah, you probably will lose.
You know what? You should just lie and Sam will do good, man. Come on. I'm saying it right now. You get off the schneid, and Remo will be the only team with no wins after this week.
Hoping that happens. This league is so unpredictable, man. Like we saw the Chiefs struggle against the Colts the week before, and come this week, man, they putting up 40-something points against one of the best defenses in the NFL. Like, what's going on here, man? We saw that same Buccaneers team. They gave up 14 points in the first two drives to the Green Bay Packers and shut them out for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on here? Well, like, can he see? That's like. This is going to come down to last year all over again. That's what we're going to see what the Eagles do. Yeah, I said if the Eagles at least get up to a 7-8-0 start, they will be the definitive best team in the NFL.
Yep.
Around that stretch.
I did the thing that I missed. Was it last week? Green Bay against Tampa Bay. All I could think of was Sunday morning football. with Tom Jackson and Chris Berman, the Bay of Pigs game.
Yeah.
I loved those two together. I mean, that to me was Sunday morning.
Sunday NFL countdown. I don't even watch none of the shows no more, man. They just don't have that energy. It's like I'm on from 2003 to 2008, man. They had ESPN had Football Friday, and boy, oh boy, the hype was real going into college football and NFL on Saturday.
Yep.
You don't get that hype no more. I think ever since like 2011 or 12, like the hype kind of died down for me when it comes to looking forward to fall. I mean, when it comes to Wednesday, I used to always watch Inside the NFL, man. Yo, Wednesday, I got Inside the NFL. Yep. I gotta watch.
Who was on that? Was it Moreno? The guy that was with Miami.
Yeah, it was Marino. Chris Carter was on there, and I think Phil Sims been on there the longest because he was always on there the longest.
But the old guy, what's the old guy's name?
Which one?
Because the one that had his son had, I think was paralyzed or something, and he was on there for years.
Can't remember.
On Inside the NFL.
The '90s team. I know Phil Sims. He been on there the longest. I can't remember who was on there in the mid '90s. I remember more from the 2000s because Chris Carter was on there for a lot when he was on CBS. I know it was a few times that it was just when Shannon Sharp worked for CBS, he was on there on Inside the NFL a couple of times.
Whatever happened to Sterling Sharp?
He's not on. I used to love watching the NFL playbook. They had Sterling Sharp and Brian Ball. I used to always love watching Sterling Sharp, man. Sterling Sharp was funny, man.
I mean, it's like he just vanished from the face of the earth all of a sudden. Did he do anything to get in trouble or anything?
I think the last time I saw him on NFL Network was like 2014 or 15. Because Brian Ball is still on there. He's just doing a play breakdown, but he's not on there as a consistent analyst anymore. Okay. They got tired of seeing his damn broken finger. That man was always flashing it. He was. You can see that.
That's true. That nasty finger, yeah.
That finger, always showing off that finger hanging down. Like, hey.
It was like
But Torrey Holt had that same finger too.
Nick Bonacani. That's who I'm thinking of. Nick Bonacani. So I think they used to be on Inside the NFL way back in the day.
Yep, they probably was on there back then.
Nick Bonacani. That's who it was because his son was had. It was either a neuromuscular issue or something like that. That's who I was thinking of, Bonacani. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it, Coach. Thanks for saying that because I couldn't think of his name to save my life. But I'm pretty sure that was the HBO show back in the day.
Yeah, they probably had been back in the 90s.
Okay. Well, okay, we'll get ready to go because we've been a little over an hour. But I've got to ask this question: what announcers do you absolutely hate listening to? Because you said Chris Collinsworth, and I cannot stand listening to him.
I like how he breaks down the game, but at times like it's him like the Joe Buck. Hey, I still don't know how I feel about Joe Buck on Monday Night Football, man. I'm so used to him on Fox that how him on Monday nights just sound odd, man.
What is he on the because I've been watching the ESPN game. So is he on the other game?
He on Monday. Him and Troy Aikman on Monday Night Football.
Okay, because I'm watching the Mannings. I'm not watching.
Oh, you watching the Mannings? I had them on. I completely forgot they were on yesterday.
I love listening to them. They will bust on each other. It's great.
Too, man. His reactions be funny when you see that. He getting up. They show you how Peyton and Eli, they are true fans of the game, man.
Yeah.
Fans. Breaking down the play. Well, last week when they had what's the name? No, it was yesterday when they had Steph. Oh yeah, it was yesterday. Steph Curry when Steph Curry was on there.
Yeah.
Curry with his football, his youth football look. Like, don't dunk. 1 year that he made me say,
maybe the Rams just aren't that good. I'm glad I don't take it personal when people say my lines just aren't that good.
Shit, they ain't good on how long. And
how do they not have a defense at all? I mean, seriously.
You know what really hurt me when fucking Bill Walton called the Knicks a dumb basketball team. I think that was back in the late 90s when he said the Knicks got to be the stupidest basketball team. And when I looked, and at the time when I heard that, I was mad. But years later, like, I can really understand what he said. He never played smart basketball. He never played smart basketball. So that, there's some truth behind that.
Oh, okay.
Great show on turf. Yeah,
it was the end of the greatest show on turf. Yeah. Gosh. I mean, Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt, man, they were great. And then we got this little running back named Marshall Faulk back there. I mean, come on. What a heck of an offense that was. Jeez.
They had a great. How long was it? What, 98, right? 98 through 2002?
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
Because 2002 was Kurt Warner last year then. But they got Mark Bolger in 2003. Actually, no, he was on the team, if I'm not mistaken. He replaced Kurt Warner. That's right. Yeah, he replaced the guy. I remember Kurt Warner got hurt a couple times in 2002.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Oz Hakeem.
Yeah, Oz Hakeem.
I forgot about him.
The slot receiver. Yeah. And he was a special team guy too, man.
Ricky Swimming Prohl.
Ricky Champagne Pro. That man played in how many Super Bowls? He was in the Super Bowl with the Rams, was in the Super Bowl with the Ravens, and was in the Super Bowl with the Panthers. So he was in 3 Super Bowls with 3 different teams. Unbelievable.
Wow. 99 was the year they won. Yep. All before Y2K.
99.
In 1992, the Lions won a playoff game.
That last playoff win.
I mean, how's that even possible? We're going on 30 years without a playoff win. That's not even a real thing.
That's just torture. And even the years they made the playoffs for what's his name, the head coach, man, like, and they should have won that playoff game against the Cowboys. That game was a rivalry. That was an all-time rivalry against the Cowboys. Right?
Yeah, because one of my friends is a big Cowboys fan, and whenever they play, it's like this is a battle to see who's the real Big D. We beat them one year, like.
I remember that game when the Cowboys was up 20-something points, and the Lions came back with the 2 pick sixes returned for touchdowns, and he had Calvin Johnson went over in the fourth quarter.
Gosh, Calvin Johnson. How is it that we had Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders both were like, you know what? I'm tired of losing.
They both hanging up. Like, you don't mind that they retired right off the box spot and don't go to another team. Dang. Just like this
new pro team is Notre Dame.
Oh, man. Notre Dame. God, I hate to be a Notre Dame fan with all the expectations. But you know what's worse? You don't root for Michigan. You what's the name? Virginia.
Yep.
Cavalier.
I basketball season starts anytime now.
College basketball, Cavalier. But man, I'm Michigan, man. I wish my boy was still around, man. He was a diehard Michigan. This team, like, last year I think it was Alabama they lost. Like, I think they're number 3 or 4 this year in the rankings. But man, can this team finally just break through? Like, this teams that you don't personally deep down don't like, but you just want to root for them to finally break through and get to at least a championship game and possibly win. Like Notre Dame, I never liked Notre Dame that much. So, them
I just feel like they're overrated.
Yeah,
every year. It's like, well, and they're the number 4 team in the nation, and then they lose to Rutgers or somebody. Who played quarterback for Notre Dame when they last made the playoffs? Was it Rodney Peete, maybe?
No, he means Detroit.
I'm saying either Rodney Peete or Scott Mitchell. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, my memory can only go back so far.
that Detroit team, no one will even remember the quarterbacks. It's all Barry Sanders. That's all. I always said that I forgot what year when they lost to the Cowboys in the playoffs. But if you put Barry Sanders on those Detroit teams that had Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford, boy, oh boy, just imagine how many times they've been in the playoffs.
Well, we did have Herman Moore, and at one time he had the record for most catches in a season. And
Was that?
then he had a bad case of turf toe,
Yeah, I
and
was saying.
that was it for him
Yeah, he just
because he went to UVA. Go Who's?
this toe went out. And their preseason rankings. Yeah, they always give Notre Dame. They always put them in the top 10. Like why? Like especially this year. Cause I forgot what they ranking this year. Cause I know they been ranked when they lost the first week, but they always give this team so much. I lost all respect for Notre Dame when they got destroyed by Alabama in that championship. Because that was the only time that I actually rooted for them. When they played Alabama in the championship game, and they got annihilated. I said, "Fuck you, Notre." Nah.
If you watch the documentary about Teo, you understand why he struggled in that game. I mean, I will tell you, looking back at that, because at the time I'm like, what an idiot this guy was. And when I watched that documentary, I'm like, wow, that poor kid, man. I mean, I legitimately feel bad for that kid.
What Luke just said.
Let's see here. Let's see. Need your advice. Hollywood Brown starting and the Eagles defense this week. I have Metcalf, Samuel,
and Drake London on the list. Sorry for changing that.
It's all good, man.
Hollywood Brown. Now I think he had a good game last week for the Cardinals. So, and you got the Eagles defense.
If I'm not mistaken, hasn't he been kind of like been off and on this year? Like he had a big week, then a bad week, then another big week.
Metcalf, I mean, goddamn, the game he had last week, the whole Seahawks offense, especially the running back Perry, this dude had almost 200 yards. I
almost picked him up in my other league, and I didn't.
And the Seahawks offense exploded for 48 points. I'm like, Jesus, Geno Smith, like, can they do that again? Like that, I
wouldn't very inconsistent with him. Yeah,
I would not trust anyone in the Seahawks offense. So I'll just
where's London?
That's a one-off game. But the Eagles defense, you start them. You keep that Eagles defense on the line. They're going to get you sacks and interceptions. So, and an opponent too. Now, Drake Curtis Samuel is the wide receiver running back. I can't remember what position. I know his name. I can't remember the position.
I mean, I like Metcalf myself. If
Metcalf was a good, my problem with Metcalf last year, I had him as my starting wide receiver last year. He just could not even get me over 15 points consistently. I'm like, come on. Russell Wilson got hurt, I was like, no, man, this is not going to be good. So if he can repeat that, I'll put him as a flex. If he looks good again as a flex this week, then you can put him as a starting receiver.
Yeah, I like him in flex too. I think that's a good spot there.
Put him in the flex.
Here's the thing: we both agree on it. It might be bad.
Yeah, the Eagles' defense is a lot. I don't keep that. That's one defense you keep.
Yep. I mean that's a defense you go with every week except for your bye week. I think. I mean that's just a good team.
Yep.
I mean I think that's a solid team all the way around, which I did not think I'd be saying.
Oh, the Eagles team. When they got AJ Brown, I said, "Yo, that's going to be a game changer." Them getting AJ Brown is like when the Bills got Stephon Diggs on the Vikings. I said, because without Stephon Diggs, I don't think Josh Allen would not be good right now. He would not be a good quarterback. But they got Stephon Diggs, like that's going to be a game changer for them. You gotta get that. You gotta get a young quarterback, a big time receiver coming up. And they got him. He got AJ Brown and you got Devontae Smith. Boy, that's going to be a tall order for any secondary to cover those guys. He's going to throw the football to the tight ends and running backs as well. So,
who's going to win that division?
The East?
Eagles.
I think if they, like I said, if they beat the Cowboys,
man,
they got the division.
Yeah.
You got the Eagles 4-0, the Cowboys 3-1, the Giants 3-1. Who would have thought the NFC East would be better than a lot of?
That's what they kept saying last night. I was like, I didn't think anybody's going to be any good. When Prescott got hurt, I'm like, their season is now over. Mm-hmm. And who would have thought this? This is crazy.
Yeah, I like who would have thought that? Because what the AFC, the NFC West, all four teams are 2-2. Like, Jesus Christ, it's a 4-way tie. And that's what made me so upset with the Steelers when they lost to the Jets. I like, yo, Steelers, you beat the Jets, the Ravens lose, the Browns lose, we got a 4-way tie in the AFC North. Like, yo, let's go.
Yeah, Metcalf versus Latimore. That could be good.
Yeah.
I would say this.
You know, the thing about with Latimore, I think he's a great cover corner when he's going up against big receivers. So when you put him up against a big receiver like Metcalf or Mike Evans, the reason why he owns Mike Evans because he gets physical with big receivers. So yeah, that is a matchup that you should be worried about.
Mm-hmm.
Defense is still good, but Jordan Jefferson went off on him on that game of Sunday. Like, dang, I didn't realize he had a big game when I saw those stats. Oh shit, Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the best receiver. He's the best receiver overall in the league.
Who?
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
When it comes to his speed and catch radius, yeah, he dude's a beast.
I mean, they were talking about that today on the radio, and I was like, man, you think he's better than Kupp? And I'm like, the more I think about it, Kupp is I think Kupp is the most consistent.
Yeah.
Jefferson is the best.
When it comes to like who you fear down the field, like I think Kupp is more. I say that he's a hybrid of you remember what's the name? Decker from the Broncos and what's the name? I was about to say Julian Edelman. Like I say he got the toughness of Julian Edelman and got the catchability of Eric Decker.
Mm-hmm.
Where you combine two white receivers into one.
He's just a solid slot guy. And they're saying he might get. I think last year he had 191 pass attempts, and they're like, oh, he's gonna get over 200 this year pass attempts.
The way they Stafford throwing him the ball, they wide receiver core is just weak all over, man.
I mean, are we in a keeper league?
Well, hey,
I thought they were going to make it a keeper league this year where we could keep like 2 or 3 players.
Well, I mean, you got Kupp for 2 straight years, man.
Well, I mean, yeah, I was given Kupp this year, basically.
Yeah, because that's when I saw that, like, oh my God, you're going to probably win the championship again with Kupp.
My Kupp runneth over.
Kupp was your MVP for last year's championship. He may be your MVP again.
Oh well. I mean, yeah, hey, you know what though? On any given play, his season gonna be over, man. That's the thing about the sport.
Stay away injuries, man. TJ Watt, look, I'm just happy that he's not out for the whole season, so we at least get a chance to see him again. I just don't want no one getting out for the whole season, especially a great player.
I mean, that's what I say about football. I love watching it, but even if it's a player I don't like, I hate seeing injuries. Mm-hmm. I hate seeing these guys get hurt like that, but it's like, it's the nature of the sport.
And you get injured on any type of play, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Sterling Shepard got injured on just running up the sideline, knee buckle, and he's out for the whole season. Man,
I mean, that was Bridgewater. I mean, when he blew his knee out with Minnesota. Yeah. I mean, it was in practice, no contact, and his knee was just gone. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he broke his leg really bad, if I'm not mistaken. But, oh gosh. Anyway, we got anything else this week?
It's all good. Talk about fantasy. We talk about some of the matchups you're looking forward to.
Mm-hmm. Hey, well, I hope we helped a few people out there. I don't know if we did or not. We did our best. That's all we can do. All right, yeah. Well, let's see what Coach Vic had to say right before. Let's see.
Yeah, they went on LSU together. And the funny thing, I never looked at Chase. Like I knew Jefferson was great in college, but I really didn't expect Chase to be really good. Like Chase is like okay.
Well, I know when he was in college, he dropped a lot, and then preseason last year dropped a lot, and then as soon as the lights came on, he didn't drop anything.
He was catching everything like. Wait, what happened to your hands, man? I hope you ain't using nothing to magically start hanging onto the balls, man. Probably got some stickum hiding in them gloves, man.
Yeah, steroid gloves. All right, Jace. Thanks for coming out with me this week. Hopefully, we'll be back on our weekly rotation talking about the fantasy league and all the big stories every week.
Yeah. Hopefully, nothing more controversial like we got in that Dolphins game.
All right. My goal this week is to knock off 90. Your goal this week is to get that dub.
That dub, man. Get that first up. Should have gotten it this week. Oh.
Yeah, I hope we can get Remo win at some point. Man, that team's rough.
Yeah, they say Remo's calling it quits right now. There's nothing else he could do. Hey,
He's tapping out already. Poor Remo. But hey, that's all we got. And you guys have an incredible day.